Well, a professor at Shawnee State University in Ohio is suing the school, claiming a violation of First Amendment rights after being punished for refusing to use a student's preferred gender pronouns. Tonight, a federal magistrate judge is recommending that the suit be dismissed, but the professor is far from giving up. So let's talk to him. Professor Nicholas Meriwether and his attorney from Alliance Defending Freedom, Tyson Langhofer. Welcome to you both.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Okay, so just to give people a little bit of the background, there was a student who was in your class, biologically born male, but transitioning to female, asked that you use female pronouns. And Professor, I know there were different compromises that you and the school talked about, just using the first name or the last name. Eventually, you could not come to an agreement, and you said using these pronouns is a violation of my religious beliefs. How so?
Well, it's important to remember that the university is to be a marketplace of ideas and not merely an assembly line for one type of thought. And in this particular case, I was being required to endorse an ideology that I do not hold. I don't think that public universities should be in the business of requiring people to endorse or express ideologies that they don't hold.
Well, this is what part of the magistrate's decision had to say about the allegations that you were forced to endorse the idea of transgenderism or a specific ideology. They said the plaintiff has not alleged that defendants forced him to espouse or express a view that plaintiff disagreed with or found objectionable. Plaintiff acknowledges that defendants gave him the option to stop using gender-based titles during class, but plaintiff rejected that option. Tyson, is that an accurate assessment of the claims?
No, not exactly, Shannon. What happened was Professor Meriwether indicated that he would be willing to refer to this student with his last name or his first name and just avoid the use of pronouns. But what the university was requiring was that Professor Meriwether change the way he addressed the entire class, and that he could not use any pronouns for any other students at all, and he had to not only change the way that he addressed this student, but he changed the way he addressed all students. And that's exactly what the First Amendment forbids. They cannot, a university cannot force a professor to speak messages that he disagrees with.
Okay, I want to read something from Think Progress. It says the headline is this professor wants to disrespect trans students so much he's going to court. And they talk about ADF, which you are defending him, says they appear to hope that Meriwether's case will be a vehicle for them to impose a double standard that justifies discrimination against transgender people that wouldn't otherwise be tolerated against other groups. ADF attorney Tyson Langhofer said in a statement, this isn't just about a pronoun, this is about endorsing an ideology. That's false. It's about respecting people for who they are. Professor?
Yes, tolerance is a two-way street. I try to treat my students with respect and dignity. I give them the freedom to express their beliefs. I'm just asking for the same thing.
Well,
I would like to have, yes, go ahead.
No, finish your statement, please.
Well, I would like to be extended the same respect and dignity that I extend to my students. I don't expect my students or require them to express something that they don't believe or endorse an ideology that they don't hold. And I'm being required to do that.
Tyson, we're almost out of time, but quickly want to ask you, the magistrate has recommended the case be dismissed. What's your next step?
We'll be responding. We have an opportunity to respond to the magistrate's report, and we'll file those with the district judge. And we're hoping and hopeful that the district judge rejects the report and recommendation from magistrate and upholds the First Amendment rights of Dr. Meriwether.
All right, Professor and Tyson, great to have you both with us. Keep us updated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.